Our David Helman makes his debut. 2 debuts today. Bear Felica had never been on, or this week. Bear Felica had never been on. David Helman has never been on. What's going on, buddy?
Not a whole lot, man. I love the hoodie vibe that we got going here. Actually, that's a total lie. I got a lot going on. I'm in the middle of moving. I'm starting a new job. I'm in the process of moving to Chicago, and obviously football season starts in, well, depending, college football is this weekend and then pros right after that. So
week.
I got everything going on, but it's the best time of year, so I'm very happy about it.
I have the hoodie thing. Once the season starts and we have our regular cadence, I have to wear a blazer every single week. In the off season, I tend to wear stuff you can golf in. And so right now I'm wearing what I would describe as, my wife's never heard this phrase, and maybe I just made it up, but a beach hoodie. It's like a lightweight hoodie, and I've got a lot of them that you can wear in like North Florida, like all the time.
No, I totally, you might have made it up, but I totally get that. Also, I mean, You'd fit right in Southern California, which is where I'm coming from.
And I lived there for 5 years. I didn't wear a lot of beach hoodies there, but yes, now I do.
That is that's like the unofficial garment of everything south of the 10, I feel like.
So, well, also there's another, when they have to dress up, it's a heavier flannel with a flat-billed cap.
Yes.
Yeah. Which also, weirdly enough, you know who dresses like that in the offseason? Kyle Shanahan. You see him at the combine, and he is dressed like a Southern California bro, possible Northern California bro. He is our only, as of now, flat bill coach, I think. There might be others, but Kyle is pretty much it.
I hadn't spent a lot of time thinking about that, but I feel like obviously NFL coaches aren't going to wear their team's gear out in public, right? But I do think Kyle Shanahan's sideline fit is not all that much different than what he would wear in his day-to-day life. You know, you just swap out some 49ers logos for some other stuff.
For Patagonia.
But, yeah, exactly.
That's how it goes. All right, here's what we're going to do. So I did a show with Sheil Kapati last week, and he was like, well, the thing is, you don't have to submit your picks. Yeah, blah, blah, blah. And I realized I have no outlet to actually do my picks. I have no outlet in which to do my picks. I used to, at The Ringer, submit I actually think ESPN asked me for it last year, and I just never saw where it went. And so I have no idea where it goes. And so I think that I wanted to get all my picks on the record, and I wanted to do it with another person, because I did this. So I did this 2 years ago, the first episode ever for this show. I picked the Bengals to play the Cowboys in the Super Bowl. The jury is still out on that particular pick.
Interesting.
Yeah. That, again, let's not rush to judgment on that pick. Last year, I picked the Packers and the Chiefs. And I was right about that. The Packers, Jordan Love got hurt. And then, so
you're spiritually correct.
The process was correct. Jordan Love got hurt in Brazil. And then the Eagles took their power in Brazil in week 1. So that's what happened. They took the mojo from that pick and then ended up being correct. And so this year, it's really hard because I keep trying to pick the Rams, and I keep seeing awful Matthew Stafford headlines. And I want to put it to you. I want to go through the process, and then we'll go through all the picks. If you were me, would you be spooked by the Rams quarterback situation?
This is a perfectly timed question, and it gives me a chance to shamelessly plug my own work because I recently joined the Athletic Football Show.
Woo!
Thank you so much.
Congratulations.
Thank you. It's been a really fun summer. But we did a show here within the last couple of weeks. And we're calling our thing for the season a seat at the table, and the idea is you pick 10 teams, or the three of us, Robert Mays, Derek Klassen, and I, we picked 10 teams that we think can win the Super Bowl. And it's a really great episode. You can go find us on all your podcast feeds. And we opted to leave the Rams off of our list. Now, we can change this as the season goes. We can reevaluate once we've seen some games. But in August, And I'm not worried about Matthew Stafford for week 1. We've already seen that he's coming back to practice. He's doing things. The word coming out of LA is encouraging. But when you're talking about signing up for 18 weeks of regular season and then another month grinder in the playoffs, when the quarterback took that long to get back to practice, I think it is completely justifiable to be spooked when you're talking about the Rams as a Super Bowl team.
Also, I'm over 30. You're over 30. I golf. Back injuries don't go away.
Brother, who are you? You're talking to the right guy. I hurt my back. I hurt my back running 7 or 8 years ago. I'm 36. So that happened 7 or 8 years ago, and I'm in the process of moving right now. So it's a lot of picking up boxes. It's a lot of dragging furniture around the room. I got up this morning and I couldn't stand up straight. I'm shuffling around the house like an old hermit after 2 days of moving. So Matthew Stafford at my age
in an Airstream cryogenics, it's a portable cryogenic chamber.
That's right around the time.
Go ahead.
That's right around the time I got scared, completely terrified of the Rams when he goes into the cryo chamber.
Let me ask you a question. Is it better or worse that it's portable?
It's worse. It's so much worse. Because
the suggestion is you can't even go to the fixed location cryogenic chamber. They got to meet you halfway because you are so injured.
And also it's how good is the equipment if it can fit inside of an Airstream? I want to be in a state of the art, cold medical facility, something out of Stranger Things. I don't want it to fit into an RV. That I want it to be much more official looking than that.
I'll do you one better. If I hurt my back and somebody was like, come get in my portable cryogenic chamber, I'm not going in. I'm not going in. I've seen Taken.
Stranger danger.
I'm not going to go. Come on, buddy. Come on in my golf stream.
That's adulthood right there. When you're a kid, it's like don't take candy from strangers. As an adult, it's ooh, you can fix my back. All right, I'll go wherever you want me to. It's tempting. It's tempting.
All right. I'm gonna put a pin in that conversation and leave it to the end when I make my official Super Bowl pick. So we're gonna go through it. NFC East. I have a tough time, and everybody keeps saying, well, it's been a different team every year for 20 years or whatever. I have just a tough time seeing the Eagles not winning 12 or 13 games. I just don't. I just see the Eagles here. I feel like this is the most set of the divisions as far as order goes. Eagles, Commanders, Cowboys, Giants. Anything that you can poke a hole in here?
Maybe the order from top to bottom, I think, could be up for debate. I think you always see regression to the mean from surprise teams. I think the Commanders, obviously, they had so many close wins last year, right? I mean, even discounting the Hail Mary against Chicago, they still just had a very, I don't want to call it fluky, but they just had a hashtag blessed kind of season where just a lot of stuff went their way. So could I imagine a world where the Commanders win 10 games and Dak Prescott drags the Cowboys to second place in the division? I could see that. So
the defense in Dallas, I'm not sure we fixed it.
No, it's not good. No, we definitely did not fix the
defense
in Dallas, especially when the best player on the defense and the team didn't have
on a training table asleep.
Yeah, not great.
You know about over 30. You can sleep anywhere when you're over 30. Micah's not even over 30 and he's sleeping on a training table during a game.
All I'm saying is I could quibble with the order, right? I could quibble with the way it all shakes out below the Eagles, but I'm with you. I don't care about the streak of repeat winners. And without giving my own picks, which I'm sure we'll make on the Athletic Football Show soon, without giving too much away, I believe so full-heartedly in the Eagles being a Super Bowl contender and being a repeat division winner. I'm with you on that for sure.
All right, so Eagles, Commanders, and my playoff team. We talked about this with Bear. I just can't. I don't see a sophomore slump, even though I understand the one-score game thing. I don't see a sophomore slump because everything that CJ Stroud had last year going against him, the offensive line, the weapons, like the Commanders went out and got Laramie Tunsil. They got Josh Connerly. They've settled everything with Terry McLaurin. They added Deebo Samuel. I just think that the pieces are there. Then you say, okay, can the defense take a step forward? That's Dan Quinn's job. I trust Dan Quinn on that. So that's where I'm at. All right. NFC West, same problem. I picked the Rams like 6 months ago and said, well, that's settled. And now it's not settled.
You're having second thoughts thanks to the
I'm having second thoughts. Let me ask you a question, though. I think I'm still going to pick the Rams because I still think Jimmy Garoppolo playing 5 games can get you there. I keep going through this stat that I was blown away, and I think listeners of the shows have already heard it. Braden Fisk and Jared Verse were the best rookie pressure duo in history, or since Next Gen Stats started tracking. And the record they broke was the previous 2 Rams rookies the year before. So that's what the front 7 looks like. Les Snead comes out and says on this show, we took 5 top 100 picks to try to replace Aaron Donald. And they kind of did it. Now it's among 4 people, but the pressure rate is there. So I think that Puka Nacua, Devontae Adams will get you there. I'm going to go Rams, Niners. I mean, it's a tough division.
Yeah.
Rams, Niners, Cardinals, Seahawks, unfortunately. The Sam Darnold thing.
The Sam Darnold thing. What is the Sam Darnold thing? The guy who helped he won 14 games last year. He had an objectively good season.
He's not
even when it fell apart at the end of the year against the Super Bowl contenders. I'm just trying to gas you up.
No, right I know, but I want the Cardinals to be good. I wish that I wish divisions rotated. Like, I wish the Cardinals could be like in the AFC South this year. That'd be great.
Play anybody
NFC
other than
South.
this group of teams.
It's just tough. I mean, the AFC West is the same.
I think the NFC West. I think the NFC West is going to be the most fun division in the NFL this year. I love something about all 4 of these teams.
Yes.
And yeah. I'm giving you crap about Sam Darnold.
No, please, because I want you to. That's why you're here for. It's tough. I hate this. I regret this exercise because I have to do takes on the NFC West when I'd rather just say everybody's good.
That's how I feel though, specifically with this division where like if I dive into a team, I find myself falling in love with them. Like I'm in love with the Rams if Matthew Stafford's healthy. I think they're a Super Bowl team if Matthew Stafford's healthy. I think people are overthinking the 49ers. They still have like 6 All-Pros starting on their roster. And also they play the easiest strength of schedule, which that does not always matter. But go look at the Niners schedule and tell me that it doesn't matter. Like the Niners have so many layup games. I could easily imagine them winning 11 plus games. The Cardinals, they upgraded their defense this year. The offense is more than good enough if you're getting more from the other side of the ball. Seahawks too, man. I'm not a huge Sam Darnold fan, but I do think Sam Darnold with
that defense
defense looks fun as hell, and the offensive personnel. I mean, we've all seen what Gray Zabel's done in the preseason. If he can help remake that offensive line a little bit, if your offensive tackles stay healthy. I don't love the offensive personnel, but I like it. Clint Kubiak was doing some fun stuff for the Saints last year before everybody on their team got hurt. So like I can build a case for every single one of these teams to reach the postseason. And obviously that's not possible, which is a bummer. So I don't envy you trying to stack this thing up. I think your order's fine. And you just have to make peace with the fact that a fan base is going to
100% wrong.
A fan base is also going to be pissed off at you. Like there's nothing you can do because all 4 fan bases have reason for a lot of optimism, in my opinion.
I agree with that. And I love the coaching staffs. I love everything. I hate it. I hate this whole deal. Our NFC North, Packers. This is so hard. Packers are going to win the division. Lions are going to be second. Vikings are going to be third. Bears are going to be fourth. Bears are going to be better.
Do you feel like there's a world where the Lions just whip ass and all of us in the media by like late October, early November are just like, man, we really overthought this whole thing?
Yeah, of course. But this is what happens. Overthinking is what we do because I've done like...
It's true. It's a 7-month off season.
It's a 7-month off season. I've done like twice a week. So that's, I don't even 28. So like 60 to 70 episodes where we've gone, oh, is John Morton? What's going to happen here? What's going to happen with this guy? What's going to happen with that guy? Like, I don't. Jared Goff leads the NFL in completion percentage beyond the sticks. The offensive line is good. The receivers are good. There's going to be a floor here. That's why I'm picking them to make the playoffs. But the Packers, to me, they should have been really good last year. Jordan Love gets hurt, and you have the issue. Like, I think his legs. Jordan Love and I talked about it on our show. His legs were the bailout for any bad look a defense gave them, whatever, and he couldn't use it last year. He just couldn't. And you saw what Malik Willis was able to do, and that just shows you how good of a coach Matt LaFleur is. So I love this Packers team.
It's totally justifiable. Like the potential of the Packers is, we all know it because it's a meme at this point. We've been doing it for 2 or 3 years, but it's so easy to see Green Bay as a 14-win team being the number 1 or number 2 seed in the playoffs. Like, I don't have to stretch my imagination at all to get there. I just think, for me, I do think that there's a large amount of people that are just running away with that potential and ignoring a more realized Lions team. And I know that they're dealing with attrition. I understand that, but I'm not going to be surprised if like people are expecting the Lions to come back to the pack, and they will, because 15 wins is insane. Yeah. But coming back to the pack could still be 12 wins and winning the division. Like that wouldn't be hard.
Look, I don't feel good about any of this stuff. Again, I'd like to just be able to say, but we're in the takes business, David.
Is it not interesting to just say everybody looks good and it's going to be fun? Everybody looks good and we're going to have fun.
NFC South. Bucks win. Falcons and Panthers right behind that. Saints dead last. My only concern is that the Saints are so bad that one of the Falcons and Panthers teams make the wild card off of that. But I don't know. I don't know about that. I'm going to go Bucks are the only playoff team. They win the division.
Here's a take I've been working on, and I trotted it out on our show a week or so ago. We get locked into our preconceptions about, I mean, we do it for teams, but we do it for whole divisions, right? Like nobody really likes the NFC South. Nobody like deeply respects even the Buccaneers. And I would guess if 1 million people make preseason predictions, then 99.9% of those playoff brackets are going to have the NFC South champion as the 4 seed with no wildcard teams. Like that's just what it's going to be. What if though? What if Michael Penix is the man and all of a sudden the NFC South has 2 legit teams and they send 2 teams to the playoffs? The entire premise
of the Falcons organization is that Michael Penix is the man. That's why they're going out and mortgaging their picks for next year to get James Pierce. They truly believe that. And there are people, Chase Daniel, your former colleague or your current colleague, excuse me. Everybody works everywhere now. So it's like,
you say current and former. That is true.
Yeah, current and former. Okay. Like he's done the Fox thing and the Athletic thing. So that was my wires were crossed there. But he said that Michael Penix throws an amazing deep ball. I'm ready to see it. But I just, until I see proof of concept, until I see more games, I'm still, and Caleb McGarry got hurt the other day. I'm gonna go more 9 wins than 11 wins.
I think that's fair. I think I'm willing that into existence, where I just think it would be a fun twist of fate if the division that we malign so much is actually much better than people are anticipating. But it hinges completely. I guess if you really believe in Bryce Young and the Panthers, be my guest. But I think that hinges on Michael Penix hitting the way the Falcons want him to.
I agree. All right, AFC East, we'll blow through the AFC quickly. AFC East, it's just going to be the Bills. And then I think the Patriots might be second, dude. And then the Dolphins and then the Jets. The Jets aren't going to skip steps in the rebuild. The Dolphins' vibes are just awful, and the Patriots, Mike Vrabel wins games he shouldn't. So one playoff team, and it's the Bills. Any holes?
I don't have a lot of qualms with that. I don't like the Dolphins, and I don't see the Dolphins.
Nobody does.
But I don't see them making noise in January, but I'm not going to be surprised if they win 10 games and get to the playoffs and lose a wild card game. And I think people are bored by the Dolphins, and so they're just writing them off. They're just like, all right, we're doing this for a 3rd straight year. Fine. But that doesn't mean the Dolphins couldn't be a 10 or 11 win team. I just don't know if they're going to go any further than that.
All right. AFC West is the hardest one. There have been so many people. I've done a lot of TV with people who are picking the Broncos to win the division and the Chiefs to win the Super Bowl. Like that cop out.
How is the AFC West the hardest one?
Because it's a stacked division where there's no easy outs.
That might be true, but there's still levels to this, in my opinion. Like, I'm just not, even knowing what happened in that Super Bowl, I'm not going to be the guy that's like if the Chiefs get their ass kicked in the final game, that's what happens to them. Yeah. Like, they lose to the Bucs badly in 2020 and they lose to the Eagles badly in 2024, but they own the AFC West. They have forever. And I still think they do.
I agree with you. At one point, I was thinking the Broncos are going to win the division. The issue is that the Broncos bandwagon is so full, and that never works. It never works. The buzzy team, we're always a year early on the bandwagon. You get what I'm saying? Like, everybody always wants to pick the next team, and we're always a year early on that. Always. And so I'm going to go with the Chiefs. Broncos make the playoffs. And I think one of the Raiders or Chargers make the playoffs. I'm going to go with Chargers.
Okay.
There we go.
I mean, that's fine.
All right. Ravens win the AFC North. Steelers second. Bengals and Browns. But I don't think the Bengals defense is as nearly as improved as we think.
So
I don't know what Al Golden did that Lou Anarumo didn't.
Re-upping with Trey doesn't do anything for you, huh? I mean, why would it? Trey played like defensive player of the year last year.
Yeah, he had 40% of their sacks last year, and he missed training camp. I just don't know. Lou Anarumo was a really good defensive coordinator, and they scapegoated him because of the personnel failures. Seen it a million times.
I completely agree with you. I still, and full transparency, you know this. You know where I went to school. I'm not. Yeah. I can't quit. I can't quit that offense. And even with the defense being as bad as it was, and probably still will be, they're a couple decisions away from still making the playoffs. Like, if the breaks go their way in the two Ravens games, like they lost to they got swept by the Ravens by the thinnest margin humanly possible.
Yep. And there were special teams errors. It wasn't just the defense. It was sloppy everything.
So I think warts and all, I think the Bengals can make the playoffs. I did go to LSU, so you just have to keep that in the back of your mind. Yeah.
Speaking of being a homer, the Titans are going to win a bunch of games this year, but they're not going to make the playoffs.
Let's talk about it, buddy.
They're not actually going to make the playoffs, but they're going to win.
Come on,
I just told Bear in the episode earlier this week, like, I hate when two takes collide in week one. So I think Cam Ward's going to be amazing, but they're playing the Broncos in week one, and so I'm screwed. One of these takes is going to age really poorly by Sunday night of week one.
Denver is where mediocre teams go to die. Like, you don't win in Denver unless you're like better than the Broncos. Like, if it's an even playing field, you're not going to win that game. And so I'm with you. I'm not picking the Titans week one, but I just need Cam Ward
to make a couple awesome Mahomesian throws.
I'm not even
Texans.
No.
Go ahead.
Sorry, go ahead. No, go ahead.
Texans win the division. Everybody else is kind of bad. Titans. You know what? I'll do it. Titans finish second in the division.
I love it. That's what you should say as a proud Cane. I don't think that's crazy. I think anything that could happen in this division is totally on the table. I ultimately lean toward the Texans, but there's enough there that should concern you. You know, I don't think I'll ever completely give up on Trevor Lawrence. So I'm still sort of hoping that the Jags can pull it together, but I don't feel as bullish about it as I did a year or two ago.
All right. Drum roll, please. Get you out of here on this. My Super Bowl pick. Going through this exercise, I've officially changed it. This is an official communication. Baltimore Ravens, that part hasn't changed, will win the Super Bowl. They will be defeating, one more upon the breach, gentlemen, the Green Bay Packers.
People are going to be right eventually, man. I feel
it's like Chris Berman picking the Niners and the Bills every year. Just keep going. Just keep going with the Packers.
I'm not even making fun of you. I'm making fun of myself. I think I've picked a Chiefs-Packers Super Bowl like 8 of the last 10 years. So I'm with you. Like, eventually it's going to hit, and it's going to feel so good when it does.
You're doing it over multiple quarterbacks, multiple coaches. Let's just go. Packers are back.
I like the Ravens pick though. I mean, obviously they got to get through the Chiefs. Everybody knows that. But if you're going to pick a team to get past the Chiefs, this Ravens team looks like a good bet.
David Helman, Athletic Football Show, Chicago resident. Thank you, buddy.
Anytime, man. Thanks for having me.